Hey everybody, it is hot in the interior of Alaska. We have forest fires popping up all over the place. In this video, we do some landscaping, we start organizing and peeling logs for our new home, and at the end of the video, we show you the transformation of our big boat and take you on our first ride in it since we've done huge amounts of work to it. Owen is at a wrestling camp this week, so it's just Miranda and I. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are trying to reach our goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy the video. Well, we just had a little bit of rain come through here. Since it rained, I'm gonna work on moving these piles of dirt. Hopefully there won't be so much dust. It's been in the 80s the last couple days, and it's supposed to be in the 80s for the next week. The forecast is in the 80s for the next 8 days. So I'm gonna try to get these piles moved. Miranda can't even get to her greenhouse to water the garden. So I'm gonna hop in the loader, move some dirt around, and probably hop in the skid steer and halfway level it out.
Piles of dirt everywhere. Oakley, Paisley! And here's my greenhouse. Got tomatoes and herbs in here. Some cucumbers and peppers. And then the rhubarb, some flowers, sunflowers, and then this is my other part of the garden, which is the lettuce and cabbage, broccoli, carrots. Got some zucchini. They're not looking so great out here, or over here. a lot better.
Yeah.
See the greenhouse now.
Well, we got it cleaned up good enough for now. We gonna be pouring concrete here in the next couple weeks. This will give the concrete truck access to this side, and I just can't stand being pinched down like that, so I had to do something. We'll come back in and get this final grade done later. That's just get it cleaned up for now. The slab will be 6 inches higher, so this is getting kind of close to the elevation it needs to be when we're done. I try real hard not to pile too much dirt around these trees. If you do, that's what happens. That guy right there, I had to pile gravel around it. I don't cut trees down unless I absolutely have to around the house, so that guy died. It's gonna have to go. I think there's a couple more in here that have to go, but try not to cut them down if I don't have to. This spot over here is gonna give me more room so that I can pull in and then get lined up to back in the shop. And this is where we push all of our snow. There was a big tree standing right here. We dropped that earlier this year and ran it through the sawmill. But this will give me somewhere to push snow farther back in. And we're just trying to burn up dirt wherever we can. When I move these logs, I'll probably put a bunch of dirt in there to get rid of some. But that's it for today. I start my night shift tonight. You gonna put the forks on?
Huh?
You gonna put the forks on? Well, a couple weeks ago, a buddy of mine called me, asked if I had a use for that log, which we do. It's gonna end up being one of our purlins. So one of my sons needs to borrow my trailer, so we got to get it off the trailer, and we need to get it pilled. So I'm trying to find a place to put it here where it ain't in the way. I think we're gonna put it like right over there and see how easy this bark comes off. Sometimes it can be brutal getting the bark off these trees. I'm hoping that's not the case with this guy. It's been down he cut it down last year, so it sat all winter, so I'm hoping the bark wants to just come off easy. But we're gonna get it offloaded and start pilling it. What's that?
I don't know how to take it off.
Huh?
I don't know how to take off the bucket. Well, I can get it unhooked. I just don't know how you do it. Really good.
that one over a little bit. Haven't used this yet. Wow, that did pretty good. Ooh, I'm out of shape. Well, when we start peeling these logs, what we do is I cut all the way down it on the top. The whole length of the log, I put a cut in the bark. And then I just pick a spot. And a lot of our log tools that we use are at our cabin. But we like to use clam shovels. They work really good. And we just start working it off. Need to get a couple shims or something under that thing. What do we got here? That one gonna fit?
It's not?
Oh.
Oh, I look like it was the one that just got put up there.
My hands are soft. I'm gonna have a blister guaranteed.
Smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pine smell.
It smells like work to me. Well, that is a good workout. It took me just about an hour to do. That was way easier than they can be. Sometimes they can just be brutal, take 3 or 4 hours to get that bark off. That came off really good. That's the first log I've peeled in a couple years, so definitely pretty wimpy right now, but that'll change after the next couple months go on, after dealing with all these logs and chainsaws. So I got to get ready to go to work. This is my little workout before work. It is hot out again today. Just woke up, drinking my coffee. Trying to figure out what we're gonna do before I go to work. I know first thing we're gonna do is try to figure out where all these stupid mosquitoes are getting in our house at. So gotta walk around all these vents, make sure they're shut. I don't know where they're coming from, but they're getting in. We'll do that here in a minute.
These are carrots that I didn't put in the ground from last year.
They're from last year?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
Oh, there's
So
one.
right there and right there and right here.
And what are those?
These are from the potatoes from last.
So she didn't buy these potatoes. These are the potatoes that were just left over
From last year.
from last year, so they're coming back. These, with this warm weather, these skeeters have really hatched. So they're getting into our house somehow. We're gonna go try to figure out where. So this is that exhaust fan that I think they might be coming in. And it's not just a few mosquitoes. We're talking, you can sit on our couch and there'll be, every minute though, one will fly by. But this has got a damper in it, so that's shut. I mean, I don't know how they'd be getting by that. And then we got that one right there. That's my big fresh air intake for the exhaust fans, and that is a airtight damper with a rubber seal, so they're not getting in there. I got another one up here. That's a big 8-inch exhaust fan that blows up outside. That's completely taped off. And I got a wood stove in here. And I know they've come in, they can get in through these things, but we got the damper shut. We'll open this door and we'll see if there's anything in there. Sometimes you open it and there will be mosquitoes. Ooh, there's a bee in there. Well, evidently, he got in there. I don't know how the heck they get out of there though. I'll put him in there. Right there, there's a mosquito. It's just hard to figure out where they're coming from. Probably on him when he comes in. We try to throw a stick every time we let him in, so that he runs and they come off of him, but, well, I don't know where they're coming from. They got to be coming in through the doors when the doors are getting opened. We do this every year up here. They get in, it's annoying. It's hard to sleep when they're in your room and you can't get them. Well, I've got a buddy that's got some bigger logs like this. They've been down for 3 years. So they're starting to get a little bit of rot in them, but maybe we'll be able to utilize them somewhere and cut the rot off. So this one's 20, 22 and a half, 23. I'm looking for 2 or 3 more like this size if we can find them. If not, we'll be able to make do with what we have, but just looking to have bigger trees sitting here when we do this build in case I need more than what I got. And so we're gonna go take a drive out to his place. It's on the other side of Fairbanks, but we can drive out there. It's too hot to be doing anything outside, so. Maybe. And there's one straight south of us on the Wood River by Gold King. Mm. Well, I just got up about an hour ago, still on night shift. It's really hot out here today. It's in the upper 80s. I try to get up and do a couple hours of work every day before I go to work. But we figured today, since it's so hot, we'll come down here, work with the skid steer, take the dogs swimming, or take Oakley swimming, and then Paisley, I don't know if she really knows how to swim or not. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start pulling some of these logs out. Some of them are gonna get used for the house build. Like this big one right here, I wanna try to utilize it. It's got a lot of taper to it, and it's got a little bow in it, but I think there's some places I can use it. Well, there will be a load-bearing wall underneath it. So, I'm gonna go get the loader real fast, and I'm getting bit by a mosquito right now. Go get the loader real fast, and I'm gonna clean all this up, make it a little smoother, and then I'm gonna hop in there. That's why we bought that grapple bucket, so that I can start moving this stuff around. It's a lot of logs. I don't got a lot of room to work with. These are, if you watch my videos from a couple of years ago, these are all the trees that we cut down at my cabin that we'll be using on the build. And you know, there's some pretty nice ones in here. That's a really nice straight one. We were going to use these for my ridge poles and my purlins and top wall logs, but my son is working for my family members that have a brush cutting business, and there is some huge trees on the job that they're working on. So he's actually got a tree set aside for me that's 36 inches on the butt and 21 on the tip, 50 feet down, which that means the tip is bigger than this tree right here, and this is the butt. So pretty excited to get that tree, and hopefully he gets a couple more decent sizes for my purlins. This is one of my favorite saws. It's a Stihl 044. It is, in my opinion, probably one of the best saws for using on trees this size. My little 026 that I use for everything else is a little light duty for these bigger trees, and I got it at the shop because I don't have time to service it. So I got it getting serviced before we start doing all this log work. But this saw is my favorite saw. It's just a little heavy. So I'm gonna see if it'll fire up. It's been a couple years since I've ran this thing. It's been in the Connex. Oh, first pull. That's that was a legit first pull. I did not start that prior to that. Oh, it sucks. There's all that sand on it. So what we're doing here, I'm pulling these logs out of the pile here so that I could get them by themselves. I could roll them around. I can take a good look at them and see what we're actually going to be able to use out of it. When I hauled these logs home, I hauled them home on my 6-place snow machine trailer. It was pretty illegal. I had like 20 feet hanging out the back. These are like 50-ish feet long. We're not going to use a lot of the tip. We only need like 36 usable, or if they're really straight, we might use some of the longer 48 footers. But I wanted to get it here, and I wanted to start peeling it, see how the bark's gonna come off. These have been down for 2 years. I already see there's a little bit of spruce beetles larvae in the bottom, so there might be some holes in it, but it gives a little bit of character. So I'm gonna start peeling. It is hot out. Probably not going to do it very long, and I doubt I'll finish this tree, but well, we got her peeled. It took us about a half hour. That bark came off really easy. I know this video probably doesn't do justice, but that's a pretty nice looking tree. It's like 23 on the butt. We're definitely using it. I just don't know where. I know it doesn't look as pretty as the tree that we just peeled a couple days ago, but when I hit this, I don't use a draw knife. That takes way too long. But when I hit it with my curve-based planer, it'll make it look like a perfect tree. Well, I got to get ready to go to work, so that's it for today. Maybe tomorrow I'll pull another one out of the pile and get it ready. Well, we're going to end this video here. I just got off the phone with my architect. He's got my concrete plans finalized. So the next video we'll be building some form boards and getting some concrete poured, hopefully. One question I do get asked a lot is what I do for work, and I work in the oil industry up here. I work at a refinery, and my wife, and Miranda, is a stay-at-home mom. We've homeschooled all of our boys, so it just made sense for her to not go get a job after that. I'm gonna throw some video in of our boat rebuild here, so the next few minutes of this video is just gonna be us welding and fabricating on the boat and the first test run. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. See you guys next time. Day. The boys, Miranda and I, have been busy on this boat for the last month. That's one reason why we haven't been putting videos out. We've been working on this thing every chance we've had till 10, 11, 12 at night. What we've done is we've completely gone through it. I'll show you that here in a minute. But I just backed it in the pit right by my house, fired it up, got everything circulating, running. Now we're going to bring it out to the river and put it on the river. So we put a new to us 8.1 liter in it. This one's got 390 horse. The motor that we took out of it was a 1987 351 Windsor, and it only had like 245 horse. So it's got quite a bit more horse. It's a used motor. I couldn't afford the new $20,000 6.2, so this is what we got. There was a lot of work getting it in there. We also removed our old little pump, that guy right over there, and replaced it with a Hamilton 212, which is also used, but in good shape. It's got the trim nozzle on it right there. We got all new exhaust tips, exhaust mufflers, We got, what else do we do? Oh, we got a stomp grate now. This is a new swim deck me and the boys built. My buddy Tom Qualley, he did all the welding for this thing. He's an awesome welder. We had a lot of hours getting that pump. We had to cut the whole bottom of the boat out, do a bunch of fabrication. Big old Delta plate. I'll show you his welds. He's a good welder. Delta plate on the thing up there to get that view to taper into the grate. We replaced all of the flooring. That's all brand new. Our fuel tanks used to be back here, and which made it extremely hard to work on the motor. So what I did is I took the fuel tanks out, and they are up here. Moved them under the bench seats. So in the front we got storage, and on each side back here we got tanks. One there and one there. One there and one there. Then this is storage here. This is 6'4", so I'll be able to, all this when I'm done with the benches are going to be able to lay down into a bed all the way across. What else did I do? New captain's chairs. We got shock pedestals. I put another heater in here for Miranda, one blowing right on her, and another one right there blowing on the passenger window. It's been a ton of work. I still got to do the seats, and I'm not done plumbing the fuel lines, so that's going to be probably this coming week, and I got to do some more electrical. It's just kind of all hanging in there. Every wire in there is brand new. Every cable's brand new. There's a lot of time and money right here. We're going to get to the river, back it in, and see how this thing runs. Oh, and I'm running an old lever, and I'm not really liking what I got, so if anything breaks today, I'm assuming it's going to be the way I got the cables clamped to the back of that thing. But which I got a brand new one of those coming. They're just way on back order. So other than that, we're going to get to the river. Also, another thing we did here is my bow was not self-bailing. There was no holes in the bow. So when we were in the ocean, every once in a while we'll get a wave over the bow, and it would have to go through my floor into the back, and then my bilge pumps would have to pump it out. That was pretty scary because we're taking on, I don't know, 150 gallons of water when that happens. And if it happens a couple times, got a lot of water to pump out. So we put, I can't remember if these were 2.5 or 3 inch holes on each side. I put little eyebrow things there to keep the waves from wanting to break into the bow. Okay, oh, and we put rod holders up there. We're gonna go put this thing in the water. Of what I'm used to. Like really the opposite. Upside down and then bolted on, then it would be right. So I got the helm on upside down. Have Aaron run on the gravel while we're doing this. This steering is tight. Okay. Well, Aaron ran home, got some tools. We got this thing turned around. Now we should be able to fire it up and take it for a little run. we got the boat back in the shop. This boat, it was pretty impressive yesterday. I'm glad it fired up and ran. We had to work through a couple things. I had the steering, actually the helm was installed upside down. Didn't realize that you could do that, so my steering was backwards, so we had to fix that out there. We had some other little things going on with it that I'm gonna look at this week, and but other than that, this thing had a ton of power, a lot more than I was expecting. I mean, it would sit you back in the seat. When I got on it, I was cruising at like 2,700 on step. I'll get better, you know, I'll screw around with it a little more. Everything is different, so like my steering, I put quarter steer on it. Everything about the boat's completely different, so there was a lot to process while we were doing it. Plus, while we were running it, the belt was I got antifreeze on the belt, and it was squealing the whole time. But turn this around here. Probably the main thing I got to figure out is, well, along with all my fuel lines this week, my goal is to get all the fuel lines ran, get all the electrical completely done. We got some cheap chairs coming to build some benches. I'm not going to have the chairs upholstered this year. Kind of went over budget on this, so probably wait till next year to get them complete. But we had some noise coming from back here. I thought it was the motor. I thought the motor was letting go on me, but there was some serious vibration coming from back here. I thought it was every time I'd come off step, there'd be vibration, and I could see this was moving. So I don't know if I got water, some kind of weird flow hitting this and just vibrating it. But then I was also looking at some pictures. I did not have this spring here on, so I don't know if maybe the bucket was just sitting back here catching and vibrating, but we'll work through it. Yeah, that's an 8.1. So much torque. We burned a lot of fuel in that little bit. Right now I just got the fuel lines. I had them going into a tank, into a fiber, and there's only like 1.5 gallons left in that. We didn't go very long, so definitely gonna burn the fuel if you are on the throttle. But all in all, pretty impressed with it.